So the next point is that we want to ask for a chairman of the meeting. So we have one volunteer, and we if there is someone else, please say now. If not, then we would not propose, but we have a volunteer, and we would ask you to vote on if you accept that or not. So are there any other volunteers for chairman of the meeting, which will continue with the board presentation and motions afterwards? Not board, the board candidates, as I delay. Yeah. No other volunteers. So we have. Sorry, I have to ask you the name. So we have Bastian Krone from Pride Party of Germany, who's offering his help here. So please raise your voting card now if you accept him as the chairman of the meeting for the rest of the procedures. Where's our... Here. You're still our person responsible for the voting. Raise. 8 in favor. So who is against? No. No. 0. Who abstains? Okay, so I'm giving over to Bastian. Thank you.
At first, oh yeah. I need a table and a chair where I can sit over there, because there's a beamer. Or we take this a bit more to the... Okay? So, at first, good morning. I'm abused for that job. I'm not prepared, and I will do my very best that we get good elections today. And I need a little bit help. Is there anybody who can assist me? Yeah, here on the table. Okay, it's Nico, lawyer from Germany. Just to my profession, I'm counselor, and I am in the Court of Arbitration in Germany, in Brandenburg. So, at first, I looked for the participants. I think we have 21 which are able to vote here today. I have to state it in an alphabetic order. So please listen. If any country is missing, you have to scream. It's first Australia, second Belgium, Brazil, maybe remote. Canada would be remote. Czech Republic, Denmark, France, Germany, of course. Italy, Luxembourg, Morocco, Netherlands, New Zealand, Portugal, Serbia, Slovenia, Spain, Swiss, and United Kingdom. Is there any country which I don't call out? We have a technical solution for remote voting and so on, for remote participation. We have a stream here, and somebody has to watch the Skype thing that it's working. Is there anybody who is caring for that remote thing? Okay, fine. So I stated that all these countries are official members of the Pirate Party International. We get 4 more yesterday, so we are today 21. And we have a little bit pure regulations for all these things, so I have to improvise something else here. So next, we have to vote for chairman for the voting. It's a Profis, I think. You are already elected yesterday, but we have 4 more today. Yesterday, yes, we have 4 more new members. We got 4 members, and they have to vote either. Jerry?
We have 4 more, but we have 1 less. We got this 1 less as well.
That's no problem. That's no problem. I called out for 21 countries, and we got 4 more. They don't vote yesterday, so we have to vote that we take a Profis for the elections here. So raise your cards. I need cards, no hands. So. Oh. So put it down. Who is against him? No meaning, nothing, so it's elected. So he has an, congratulations. So he has to have a deputy. It is Sven, the man with the software, and we have to vote for our system. I learned that you have a special system for voting today. You practiced this at the last meeting, I think. So many of them know that. So at first, I have to state you that the PPI is registered in Belgium. So we making elections under the Belgium law. So, and I want to ask Sven that you can explain the system of your software.
So for those who were already present in Brussels, you know the drill. I'm proposing a single transferable vote again. The system worked well in Brussels. It's easy to elect multiple positions with one single round. So you get a list of candidates ordered alphabetically, and you simply rank the people by preference. So first one, second one, third one. If you like, you can rank all the candidates, or you can only rank as many as you want. But please, if you do not want to abstain, please rank at least one. It's a proportional system. If you want to read up on the exact methodology, we will use the Scottish variant of a single transferable vote. So I think we have at least one expert here how it works. So if you have any specific questions, you can ask him, or you can check up. The formulas are open. You can check the formulas. The software we will be using, if agreed upon, will be OpenSTV, an open source implementation of the system. So you can check the election outcome by hand, and you can check that the algorithms are working correctly. If not, we would not be using a software. So the question now is to ask the Assembly if you agree to use STV, the Scottish variant, for voting, and that we count using the help of OpenSTV.
Okay, thanks, Sven. Is anybody any questions for that? Go to this mic, I think, or the other way.
So what we discussed at the board was using Schulze method, which was supposed to be better. You didn't find software for that.
We have decided not to propose this. There's a Schulze method which is considered to be more democratic, but I haven't found a good software to be able to operate it. There was one software in Berlin I've used on the last election, but this software needs a special parameter file which is quite cryptic, and if you make an error in compiling this parameter file for getting in the election, it's really like hard stuff to check if you've done it right. So I don't think it will work.
Like
Huh?
Wikimedia. It works with Wikipedia.
I can tell you why the problem with Schulze. We have multiple candidates for co-chairman, and we would need in Berlin. They had a larger list, but they needed 6 hours to verify the result once, and then they we did a mistake by compiling the parameters. So they redid the election. They checked again 6 hours later. So at 3 a.m. in the morning, the day after the election, they got a result. 2 days afterwards, somebody rechecked everything by hand. And, we still got errors. So after the experience with Berlin, I do not propose Schulze this meeting. Perhaps next meeting we will have a software which will work.
You've already proposed another method that, it's very clear that you are not proposing Schulze method.
Okay. Any other questions for the voting system? I'm sure that he is very integer. Otherwise, he will go to jail. And I'm sure. I thought that the Belgium law is very strictly. I can remember. So there's a question, please. Go to the microphone because we have remote participants.
If I remember well how it was used, the STV method, I think some of the candidates that applied for more than one position really hadn't these votes counted as a whole, but only for their position. Yeah. So I think there is a loss of votes in this case.
I can also answer to that. You are elected on a certain position, so the votes are always counted specific to a position. Even if we would use Schulze, we would count the votes for the specific position. We would not be counting, because then you could have more than one vote by the same person, because you are applying to multiple positions, if I understood you correctly.
The problem is that maybe people that applied for more than one position got as a whole more votes than one that applied only for one position.
We will have rounds for every position. So you will have a ballot for every single position. So we will have a round for co-chairman, we will have a round for treasurer, we will have a round for the chief administrative officer, and we will have a 4th round for the board members, and afterwards for the lay auditors and for the court of arbitration.
Yep.
So every position will be voted separately. So I hope that solves your concerns.
So that's a normal election here, not a special election. So position after position. Are there any other questions for the system? It's not an electronical system, it's not electronical help. You can count it the whole night if you want, ballot after ballot. It's no problem, I think. If there are any problems, if you have suspicion about it, and so on. So if anybody has to say something, say now or never. So I see nothing. So please raise your cards for that system. He has explained for the election system. Cards, no hands.
So you have to get a new card at the accreditation.
So
ask Jerry.
So
Jerry
we count 11 against anybody. 12. Sorry, 12. And against anybody? Against? Raise a card for against. For no? Nobody. Somebody for nothing? No. Okay, it's 12 votes for the system. We have to find out who wants to candidate for co-chairman. We have to print the ballots. It costs us some time to print it out and to give the ballots out. So you have to be patient. So the first position we have. Jerry, is there any remote thing we have to notice? Does anybody set on anything? Not Jerry. Gregory. Sorry. Is there any remarks from the remote stations? Anybody? No. Not at all. Okay, fine. So we have the two co-chairmans, and I think Sven, one list or two lists? One list, two chairmans. Is that right? Okay. We can do that, I think, even by Belgium law. So we need proposals for that list. Who wants to be the new co-chairman? Okay, thank. We have written, but I don't know. Did you? This is you sponsoring. So yeah, that's from the wiki, but I don't know what the wiki is. Little joke. We have. Yeah, it needs the sponsors. That's the problem. We have Samir Aloui, sponsored by the Party of the Netherlands. We have Marcel Koloja. Is that correct? Spoken. Okay. By the Czech Pirate Party. We have Gregory Engels, sponsored by the Party of Germany, Russia, and Kazakhstan. But Kazakhstan is not a member, I think. There? Yeah.
They
Okay,
are a
but
member,
they are
of
not
course
on my
they are.
list, so they do not vote. Yeah. Okay.
They do vote. They have a remote delegate in the Skype. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Then we have Thomas Gaul, sponsored by the Pirate Party of Germany and the Pirate Party of Switzerland. Somebody else? So we have a problem with Apple. They need to do something. Huh? As software, my dear, software. Two fingers. We have Thomas Gaul and we have Kenneth Palusa, from sponsored by the Party of Spain, the Party of Switzerland, Party of Serbia, and by the Party of Catalonia, but Catalonia is not a member. I know they are allowed to sponsor. I know, but I have to say that they are not responsible for the votes here. That's the list. So we have 5 names on the list. Anybody else who can say, I want? Nobody. So I close the list, and we get 21 ballots. See, we need 16. Because we have 5 remotes, and we need 16 ballots. Okay. So for the remote voters, we have a special secret tool which is organized by all services of the world, I think, that they can vote here remotely, and nobody knows what they did, but we get a result. The remotes are Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Portugal. And maybe Brazil, but I don't know whether Brazil is online. So in the meantime, I have to make some jokes or something else. I don't know. Be patient. It's according the system here that we had have a little bit a break here. So, 5 candidates. In alphabetic order. We have no sheet, no paper about it. At first of all, I would say all the 5 people who called out for elections for your co-chairman has to present itself. So we have Samir, we have Gregory, we have Thomas. Thomas, where's Thomas? Where's Thomas? He's going outside.
There was a suggestion from the remote delegate that we can bridge the time by re-announcing, by repeating the announcement of the election results of the voting block number 2 of the statutes amendments. I can do it there, right there on the wall.
Yeah.
So I go to read it out. Remote delegates take care. So results of the voting block number 2, statutes amendment was amendment number 1 have passed, number 2 have not passed, number 3 have passed, so is number 4, number 5A have passed, number 6 and 7 have passed, number 8B have passed, number 9, number 10 have not passed both, number 11 have passed, number 12 have not passed, number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 have all passed. Now, I don't have a number of votes available right there, but they are written down somewhere in the minutes, I think, because they were available yesterday. Mach schon mal die Liste auf. Ja, ich habe hier leider keine. Jerry just went and said, okay, I should take a look at it. Okay, good. That would be good. So I just stated here. Sorry, this is a window. If somebody sees Jerry, please send him here right now.
So we had some questions here, and I beg your pardon. We need some little bit silence, okay? And I think our candidates has to present themselves. And I have 5 names on my list. It's Samir, Thomas, Gregory, Martha, and Kenneth. So I think I'm right. The ballots are on printout. So who wants to take the first pass? I will say it's Samir. Do you want to take the first presentation? The last one. Haha. Now we take you in the middle, okay? So then, in this case, we have to go in alphabetic order. The first is it's Gregory. Sorry. Gregory, your presentation. Yeah. Oh, you're first on the list. Then we take Kenneth by remote. Then we take Marcel, then Samir, then Thomas. It's in alphabetic order. Yeah, okay?
Okay. Is it okay for everyone to take it alphabetically?
Okay,
Yeah.
If you are a little bit... Silence, please. Take the mic.
I rather speak that way that I can be seen from the stream. Well, hello. As you will know by now, I'm Gregory Engels, and I'm originally born in Russia, and I live in Germany for 22 years now. And I also speak English to a degree. Wait, so I can stay here. So I speak English, Russian, and German to very fluently. Well, I've been excited here, full of challenges, but also some successes inside the running of Pirate Parties International. And I would really be glad to be able to continue, as there are so much things undone and so much things that I just had got the feeling that I finally got moving. And there is a lot of open work, and I just really don't like to make it lie around, leaving the mess. And there is not, so we got achieved some, we have been not communicated that clearly on the mailing list of what we're doing, and got the success, and have not responded to every single troll who did some inquisition, because we think we did a lot of transparency work of presenting ourselves, of really like changed a lot of regarding transparency. So like we published we recorded our meetings, we published every recording, everything is fully there and accessible. And we might have been done better reports, which will be changed from now on. That I got it, people will need to get more summarized reports of what we're doing more frequently. Besides of that, I think it's really very exciting time for the Pirate Parties International. We finally got the structures set down, and we got a really great conference running here, and I really amazed of that it's actually all working, and it's, the concept of open space is working, and we got yesterday like 22 open rounds there, producing results, presenting them on the wall, and we get new initiatives and new project kicked off, and I think that what we'll need to do, the first task for the new board and myself, if I got elected, to create a structure to continue to gather ideas and to gather people together to, not necessarily in a physical space, but like in 4 weeks' time to create a repeating event over Mumble, for example, because Skype will not work with such many people, and teleconference is something not working for everyone, but Mumble can be sorted out somewhat. And to do like 4 hours session of follow-up of all the ideas we had here and all the rounds started, and to get where can get more resources and invite more people who were not able to come here but have heard about something we have started. So this would be the very first big thing to do on the content-wise. Well, and then we'll get sorted out all the finally, I'm very positive to be able to get public funding, more private funding for the next year out of the conversation. I already have the people who are waiting just for us being able to sign contracts. And, well, I wouldn't promise it, but I would work towards the goal for the next conference, for organizing the next conference, on a basis that could actually sponsor the travel of remote delegates from other countries, from especially non-European countries, to have everything included in the physical space, because we just see, okay, we have got better inclusion this time than the last time for remote delegates over Skype. They can call in, and they feel much more present than they were in Brussels. But still, the personal conversation we have off the rounds, off the microphone, very, very available, and I would like to include much more parts into it. So this would be, like, I cannot promise it because it would need something like to raise about 50 to 60,000 euros. I can hardly promise it, but this is what I would try to do.
Thank you, Gregory. That was exactly 5 minutes. I give also the other people 5 minutes to present themselves. And next we have Kenneth. Have any remote thing of Kenneth? Technique? Where are the technicians for the remote thing? That's you. And what's about Kenneth? I think we have a presentation of Kenneth by remote or by conserve.
Is there a presentation of Kenneth?
Is there a presentation? Yusvia? We put him on the end, okay? Then the next one will be Marcel. Please also 5 minutes, and then we make a round together for questions and answers.
So, ahoy, pirates from around the world. It's nice to see you here, although I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't take place over there, because I really like the idea walking around the circle and talking. I really like that much. So, first, please let me introduce myself. My name is Marcel Kolaja, and I'm a member of the Czech Pirate Party. Professionally, I'm a free software expert with more than 10-year experience. And in the pirate movement, you might know me from the WikiLeaks project, or the WikiLeaks Mirror project, as I was participating in that. I was the coordinator of this project within the Czech Pirate Party, and I was in the international task force. So, moving on. So this is a kind of what I like to bring into the board, some experience. I already, before being a member of the Czech Pirate Party, I had some experience with pirate-related topics, especially in 2005 in the fights against software patents in Europe. I was a member of the board of Czech Linux Users Group and founding member of the Czech Foundation for a Free Information Infrastructure that participated in this fight. So, yeah, something new I want to squeeze into my speech is this lay audit review of PPI accounts. There is a sentence I like very much. We also suggest that a financial overview might be published in the wiki or similar by the treasurer so everybody interested can follow PPI's financial situation. This is, however, a policy decision for the assembly to take. I would like to extend that. I would like to make the bank account transparent. We, as the Pirate Party, we have it and we have experience with it. So again, I can bring something I have already experience with. We also made a PirateCon conference. We made a conference in Prague. So this is something I like to bring in. So and now please let me turn to my vision of the PPI. The fact is that issues are worldwide, and we need to take advantage of the fact that the pirate movement is worldwide as well. In order to be able to fight the entertainment industry propaganda, we need to act as a single movement, and the PPI has to mean something. The PPI has to ensure that the members are real pirate parties. And because of this, I'd like to initiate the process of formulating the general policy of the PPI. So the core of the pirate movement ideology consists of freedom of information and privacy protection, I would say. This is something that we should start with, because the parties should agree on these fundamental principles. It's hard to fight the entertainment industry as solitary parties. However, the unity will empower us to win this fight. Our enemies are dangerous. Our enemies have money. Our enemies have power. And that's why they have been so successful. There is Hadopi in France. There is ACTA on the table in the European Parliament. And if we don't stop it, there is more to come. Trust me. Our enemies created the term, quote, intellectual property, unquote, which is clearly nonsense. When people adopt this term, then they have troubles to follow the arguments and see why certain changes are needed. So we need to refuse these refuse these terms. And once you refuse these terms, you need well-founded arguments to support your idea. And it's a nonsense to build these arguments on a per-party basis as the issues are not country specific. It makes no sense to reinvent the wheel again and again. And the PPI should be a platform for this cooperation.
Last sentence.
Last sentence?
Yeah. You are 6 minutes now.
Okay. So the last sentence would be that let us use the PPI as this platform. Let's inspire ourselves mutually. Let's copy success of the other parties that are already successful. So let's show the world that sharing is caring. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel. Next guy is Samir. Go for it.
Thank you. Well, I'm Samir. A lot of people know me to be the founder of the Dutch Party. I've been running PPI for a while as well. However, I quit doing that prematurely because of Dutch elections coming up. I trusted other people to organize a conference. It was a disaster, and then we re-elected the people who created the disaster. But let's not get into the negativity too much. What I've been seeing when it comes to PPI is one very important thing. There's loads of really good ideas around the world. I mean, every pirate has good ideas. I mean, take a look at those walls over there. It's awesome. But we are having one big problem. We are becoming yet another politicians, and I really hate this, and this must stop because it's frustrating me. For 5 years or so, we've been hearing the same wonderful ideas over and over again. We've been making agreements, great plans. But what have we done? This needs to change. And there's 3 things that I want for PPI. One of them is get the I back into PPI. Stands for international. Get those overseas pirate parties back. Show them that we're not incompetent. And well, I think I'm screaming a bit, but that's an important part. Also, simply because of the fact that I think that we should all contribute. I have put myself on the list. Again, also for an example, we are all responsible for the success of PPI. So all the negativity, it's something that I'm responsible for myself as well. And I think we need to be constructive, which implies that we should stop talking and start acting. And if that's what you want as well, if you want us to have a future with acts instead of just baked air, vote for me.
That was quick. Thank you, Samir. Okay, Thomas. Go for it.
Yeah, so hello, Thomas Golf from Germany. Some people did know me because, well, also know me right now because I've done the WikiLeaks stuff, the coordination for it, the Tunisian. That's what I came into the national basis right now. That's why I'm here now. And I've seen there is a lot of opportunity for PPI as an NGO for the future to combine activities, to exchange information, and we are very at the beginning at the moment, and I would say I will go for that, and that's my aim. Thank you very much. In short.
That was very short. So, Le Technique, what's about Kenneth? Do we have anything of Kenneth? So, we can't change that. Now I want to suggest a round with 4 candidates, 4 questions and answers. The best way is that the 4 candidates came to the table here with 1 micro, and you can make a cross question to each, to everybody. Okay, all 4 candidates here for a question and answer round. Is that possible? Marcel, Samir, Gregory, and Thomas. So, it's grill party now. It's grill party now. So maybe we have a mic for the audience here.
Boop, boop.
Here. Okay. Hard questions. Right hand side. Okay. Go to the mic and a queue, please. That's the best way that we can manage that. Go to the mic and a queue, please. So, first.
Yeah, a question to every candidate. With who do you wish to work together as a co-chairman?
I heard this one would be been asked. And since I've been asked this like a couple of times during this week, I would also repeat what I said. That would be like I would wish to continue to work with Jerry, but unfortunately he's not rerunning for the business, for the office. And from the all other candidates here, I can imagine of doing very productive work together with Marcel.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I will say something similar or the same in the beginning, that I'd like to cooperate with Jerry. And, well, this is not possible, as you know. I was thinking about it for a very long time, and it was a hard decision. And my decision is that I support Kenneth for being a co-chairman.
Next one.
I want to work with pirates, and that's all I've got to say.
So, thank you. Well, good to know. I do know I had worked together with Gregory on a good basis up to now, even for Jerry, because I was in favor for Jerry too. I stepped in after he said, well, I won't do it. So, and I'm just in favor to work together with Gregory. I'm also fond of Marcel, but I do know Gregory has great things done for the PPI in the past, so that's the way I'd like to have it preferred in the future.
Okay, next one in the row. Next question, please.
So our question is very simple. What will you do if elected within the 12 upcoming months? So what will you commit to? We want something factual, concrete. All of you.
Well, quite a difficult question, because I will do. But the thing I would start is networking to start the information. I know we have to have a place in Brussels on a long-term basis, and we have to get in touch with other, well, NGOs and international institutions, so we can work out a scheme, well, not only in 1 year, but that may be a longer term, to even have more information exchange on our private parties worldwide via PPI.
Well, I think that my primary focus will be on setting up a scientific institute, because I think that knowledge exchange and acquiring funds are key issues for us at this stage.
Yeah, my main goal would be, as I said in my speech, to initiate the process of formulating the general policy. And yeah, there is another thing about the financial stuff, that I'd like to have the transparent account.
Well, I wouldn't object to have the account transparent. Actually, it was an idea in the first place, but you know, we got the issues already told. So besides what I've told in my presentation, what I'm planning to do, like to continue to gather funds, to finally register the headquarters, to prepare the next conference, to continue to spread out the collaboration of pirate parties, and also to continue to use the energy we have here and the results of the working groups here, to take them on and to deepen, so we can move this to the next level and to involve more people. Would also be like intensify also on support for new parties, and to create like a toolkit, toolbox actually for them to pull tools to be able to get a faster kickstart. And there was one important thing I forgot. What was it? Well, there's actually a lot of plans doing like very, very, very concrete. that are going on. This was right. That was to create a system. It's a project. It's been put after the conference to create a system of PPI attaches. It means like people who are volunteers who are responsible to get all the information pulled out of a single party or different parties, like a group of parties, and then compile them as a team and put them into a newsletter and so we can redistribute all the news of what is going on in every country and every single party and region of the world to the other parties. I'm doing like on a bi-weekly basis or maybe monthly. And the problem not like have a newsletter for like, send us the news, but to pull them. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm over time. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Quite over time. In the future, please short question, short answers. Otherwise, we will sitting until midnight. I want to shorten the queue. Who's the last one? Is it Rick? Are you the last one in the queue? You're watching that nobody is after you. And next question, please.
You were talking about fact, no? Instead of words. So I'd like to know, what do you mean when you say fact? Directly. Maybe you've just say something about it.
I have not used the word fact in my speech. Sorry, cannot follow you.
No, I'm talking about Samir and. What do you mean when you say fact instead of words, instead of chat?
Oh well, for example, what we just heard about attachés, things like that. We used to have coordinators. We used to have an organizational structure. We used to have many agreements on how to run PPI, and all has been forgotten or destroyed. And I can see I fear having 80% new people at the next conference and having the exact same conversation over here, which implies that we are not doing proper documentation. I mean, the entire basis is not good. And simply creating a proper organizational structure, things like that, and just ABC for how to set up a business. I mean, that's what we need to do first.
Any other comments? No? Next question, please.
My question is for all candidates. I wish to ask you, if you take the general issues that are usually connected with the pirate movements, like patent reform, copyright reform, trademarks, and so on. Could you list your priorities, the idea of your priorities in this list?
Yeah. Well, as I said in my speech, those terms are being mixed together in the term so-called intellectual property. And I think that this is the main point and the first thing we need to destroy this term in the minds of the public. Once you destroy this term and people will feel these issues as separate issues and they will understand what copyright law does and what separately the patent law does, then you can concentrate on reforming these laws. I don't think that we have to fight against them or destroy them. We just have to reform them because they simply don't work. And the fact is that, for example, the trademarks are misused for as an argument for example, copyright. In the terms that it's mixed up together in the term, quote, intellectual property, unquote. And so there is no list of priorities. You just have to distinguish the terms, and then you have to reform the laws that affect or that make these terms.
I think that politics is something we do at home. It's not us who make policy, it's the members of our parties. And I would like to say take a look at the wiki. Some years ago, there were some fights within PPI about creating some nice joint story on what pirate parties are and what they stand for, etc., etc. This failed, and then we started documenting common ground. And we were supposed to codify that in Brussels, but that never happened. And we really need this, because as soon as we codify our common ground, we can also ask new parties to adhere to this common ground, while at the same time giving everyone breathing space for development. Because right now, some weird right-wing Nazis could set up a pirate party somewhere and severely damage our name. That's just one example.
Anyone else?
So the question was, where is my personal priorities on the typical topic list of what pirate parties are doing? And since I was born in a former state of Soviet Union, a state which is clearly have spied on its own citizen and was not free in any serious definition by of this world, I have a strong feeling that the creating democracy, spreading democracy, and fighting for the civil liberties is more important on the list of priorities than discussing about whether the copyright should be limited to 20 years or to 50 years or whatever. And this, my priorities would be with civil liberties.
To put it in very short words, I totally agree with Gregory. I happen to live very near to the former border to the GDR, and I do know about those systems. I've been in that system too, in a way. And so freedom of speech, it's just one example for it, plus transparency itself for countries. I would think that is my main task for it. So copyright down to something where it should be done on a local basis first. So freedom of speech, human rights.
Okay, are there any remote question emails or something else?
May I have a remark on that?
Not really, because we have to do that all together then. Anybody? Don't think so. So last one on the queue.
Okay. A question to all the candidates with regards to your commitment to open source. Could you tell us what operating system you have on your main laptop computer?
You stole my question. Mine was what you forgot.
I have a Unix operating system based on a BSD, manufactured by a company in Palo Alto.
So a proprietary one, I guess. No, Unix one. Proprietary one.
No, don't discuss.
Okay. GNU/Linux.
Depends. I have several servers. I run BSD, and I also run BSD on non-Intel architecture processors because I like obscure hardware. However, it's embarrassing, but on my main working laptop, I use Mac OS X because when I run Linux, I just keep on hacking for fun and breaking the system, and that's not good for productivity.
Well, it depends on, I've got laptops running with Windows, Ubuntu, Debian, so this mix up.
Okay, that was a funny question. Thank you. So, no other people in the queue, so we can finish this round here. Thank you for grilling the people. Thank you to be having been grilled. So, gents and ladies, we are coming to the serious point of that party here. Elections. Sven or Kapofis? Thomas? One sheet for one card.
Okay, the ballots for the voters here are over there. You will take them now. The remote voters also should now list the candidates according your preference. You all have 10 minutes from now.
Okay, election is open. And please, one after each other. Okay, we have only 14 ballots back. So 5 and 14, just 19. We need, normally we need 21 because Brazil is not available. So last call for your ballot sheets. Last call. So I close the election now. Election is closed. So now they are counting with a special computer system which is placed, I think, in New Zealand or wherever, don't know. And we have a next part, the election of the treasurer. We can do this now for saving time if nobody of the candidates for the co-chairman will candidate as a treasurer. Then we can taking the election. We can make the election for the treasurer. So I need answers. I need answers for that. You don't candidate for as a treasurer? Okay. Is it Thomas here? Is it Gregory here? Is Sami here? Gregory? Treasurer? Would you, in case of never ever? Yeah, okay, never ever. I see never ever. And we need Thomas. Where's Thomas? Is outside or what? I have to have an answer from him, not from anybody else. And where's Samir? Yeah. Dass die weg sind, das ist nicht erstaunlich. Can you call all delegates in now? Smokers, whatever. Thomas, I have to ask you if, in case of, do you candidate for a treasurer?
Well, direct answer, no.
Oh, we have a result. Okay, just a second. Just a second. Okay, you need a mic. You need a mic for the remote.
We have a preliminary result. We had 21 votes cast, and the winners are Samir and Marcel. Congratulations.
Where is Marcel? Where is Marcel? Hello. Where is Marcel? Where is Samir?
We need to know if they accept the
Yeah.
vote.
Therefore, I'm asking for him. Samir? Do you accept the election? You have to say yes or no.
I already got Captain Morgan in my hands, so I think there is something to celebrate.
Yeah, maybe. But first I have to ask you, I will or not? You have to say I will.
Yes, I do.
Okay, congratulations. And what's about Marcel? Where is Marcel? He's drunk or whatever. Yeah. We need Marcel first. Otherwise, we can't close this election.
I really lost
Yeah, hold him.
ballot again.
Okay, there's Marcel. I have to ask you, yes or no? You are elected, yes or no? Do you accept that duty?
If I accept that I was elected.
Yeah, you have to say, I will.
I will.
Okay. He's married now. Congratulations to our new co-chairmen. Okay. Next party, election of treasurer. Captain Morgan. We all drink Veuve Clicquot or something else. Marcel, we all drink Veuve Clicquot or something else, okay? Order that, please, now. Good. Treasurer. Okay, danke. So, who is candidate for the treasurer? I have to start the wiki maybe now. I need 2 minutes or somebody else. Sven, can you tell me? No, just a second. So, I need the candidates for the treasurer. There we go. We have Pat Mechler, sponsored by the Pirate Party Switzerland and Pirate Party of Germany, and Amelia Andersdotter. No, Chief. We have only one. Very easy.
Is there another?
Does
he withdraw his candidature? And second,
this kannst du.
Okay. So we have the question: if there are any more candidates for the position of treasurer, and by that I think that you are still in the run. Okay. So we have only one candidate for treasurer. No, we cannot do by raise of hands because of the remote voters. So you will have ballots printed with one name on it, and you can choose if you accept him or if you do not accept him. So it's only acceptance. Yes, first. Just a second. Okay. I have Pat Wächtler on my list, and first introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Pat Mechler from the Pirate Party of Switzerland. You may recall me as former co-president of the PPI when it was just the core team. And to recap my activities back then, you might blame me first for the current form of the logo. It was not my idea, but I designed the current form. Then second, for pushing PPI into a sort of formal organization. And third, for creating the idea of a co-presidency instead of just a presidency. So if you don't agree with those things, you might have a reason not to vote for me. So, but I think it's very important that you have trust in me as a treasurer, particularly because of the current situation, and therefore I want to be humble with you. I don't have a formal education in economics. or in any other bank-related stuff. I have a lot of relatives and friends which are in those fields though. And I also had activities in several groups. First, I was manager of a local scout shop for 2 years. Then I'm, since autumn, elected treasurer of my regional party. And third, I was lay auditor for the Students' Association, for PPI, and for Pirates Without Borders. So, does anybody hear what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of talking right now, and I'm not sure if people get it, what I'm saying. Okay, because this is important for me, that you're understanding what I'm saying. If you vote for me, you're not voting for someone who is investing hours of work into innovation beyond what's going on of a treasurer. What I'm promising you is that I will set up proper, solid, transparent accounting in PPI, that I will budget, and that I hope that I can push the funding of PPI into a situation where we have a sustaining funding. And third, I'm doing the tasks needed for the treasury, but I'm not going to lead any work groups or doing anything that goes beyond the tasks of a treasurer or that from a board member, because I'm currently still studying and I'm still on my master thesis. This was also the reason why I stepped back then as a co-president of PPI, because my time is limited. And I also promise you, if the situation ever arises that it's crucial for PPI to have a new treasurer, I'm not going to block this. I'm going to step down if someone thinks there should be a new treasurer.
Okay, thank you, Pat. Thank you. It's I think everybody knows. I will call for question and answers in a short sentence here. Any questions?
Yes, I have one question. You were talking about transparent accounting. Did you mean that it includes a transparent account that is displayed by the bank? Is that what you meant? Is that what you thought was included in that?
As already said, I was also involved into the forming of the lay audit review, and we clearly stated that this is a policy decision that has to be made by the General Assembly, to what extent you want to have transparency in the accounting. I'm not going over that. I'm not going below that. I'm going to have accounting that is at least transparent for the lay auditors and for the board, because we need that. We can't have the situation that all of the receipts or just even a part of the accounting is not available anymore because the treasurer goes missing or something else happens, like I have an accident. We can't have that anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? No, then in this case I close this party for question and answers. Thank you. And I'm calling for elections. Sven, Professor, it's your work now. Also printing. Okay, then we have a special offer by the Pirate Party of Russia, I think. Okay, come here. Take the mic.
Okay, so the Pirate Party of Russia would like to thank the Pirate Party of Germany for supporting our whistleblowing platform RuleX. And as we are Russians, we have a Russian gift for you. So first is a T-shirt. T-shirt? Yes, and 2 bottles of good Russian vodka.
I thank very much.
Okay, Daniel is responsible for the vodka, and please, no rumors. No rumors, please. Okay, we need some paper, some ballots. I think there's Sven is printing, and so just a few seconds. Next election will be the Chief Administration Officer. So you can think about that position. Organize your questions. Okay, we got the paper, I think. You count the pages, please. Sven, you count the pages, please. Okay, 21, 5, or now 6 you put away for the remote people. So you have 15 on your table. Elections are open now. I open the election. Go to the table to elect your treasurer, please. Hello, gents. It's election time. We have again 10 minutes from now for the election. Then I will close the election. Okay, we got results.
Indeed, we got a preliminary result. And Patrick was elected for treasurer with 18 out of 21 votes.
Congratulations. Where's Pat? I have to ask you. Do you say yes, say no, or say I will?
The microphone?
No. Okay, so congratulations as treasurer. Now, I have some technique here, and so I can say something to the next election, a chief administration officer. We have two candidates, I think. First is Amelia Andersdotter, sponsored by the Pirate Party of Belgium. Next one was Samir. He is already elected. And then we have Lola Voronia, sponsored by the Pirate Party of Russia. Any other? Nothing. So, where are they? Are they in the room? Fine. Amelia is here, and yeah, and where's Lola? You are Lola. And where's Amelia? Where's Amelia? Is Amelia here? Not present. Okay. Have we an remote or video from Amelia? No. Okay. Then we have only one candidate present. She needs a mic. Please introduce yourself.
Hello. Hello, my name is Lola Voronina. I'm representing Pirate Party of Russia. I was born in Russia. Currently, I'm living in Czech Republic, so I'm a Russian Pirate Party representative in Czech Republic. I would like to tell a little bit about myself and about my work experience. Living in Russia, I was working in the political field. I was doing political PR, and I was organizing conferences. I worked for many political parties in Russia, and I organized a few conferences. The best was, and the main thing I did in my life, I was participating in organizing Russia Grade 8 Finance Ministers meeting and some charity events as well. Now I'm going for the position of administrative position, and my main goal is to put PPI in order, to bring some system. And yeah, it doesn't exist now, so I want to create it, and I want to make it, and I want to work with it. Any questions?
Okay. Thank you for your short introduction. Grill Party, questions and answers, please. Any questions? No questions? Well, that's easy, I think. Okay. I think Sven is printing the ballots, and so we have 2 minutes rest for that.
Okay, the ballots arrived. The same procedure as the last 2 times. You have you can get your ballot here, and you have 10 minutes for voting.
All, you have all ballots. Okay, fine. So we can close this election. Only 5 minutes. That's very fine. So next, I'm calling for the next election. That's the board members. Please call in all our delegates.
So we got a preliminary result, and the candidate who won is Lola Voronina. Congratulations.
Which surprise, which surprise. So I have to ask you, yes or no? Say yes or no. Do you accept the election?
Yes, I do, and thank you very much.
So, congratulations. Okay, next on our agenda is the election of the rest of the board. 3 people can be elected, and we have 6 candidates. I'm talking very slowly to give you the opportunity to come into this nice hall here. Gentlemen and maybe ladies, or as an only gentlemen, I think. Okay, let's start. We have sponsored by the Pirate Party of Switzerland, Fabrizio Martins de Docanto. Next one is Alexander Blagojevic, hopefully spoken right, Party of Netherlands, Czech Pirate Party, and sponsored by Pirate Party of Serbia. Then we have Paula Silva, sponsored by the French Pirate Party. Yuri Almov, sponsored by the Pirate Party of Russia. Technique. And Thomas Gaul, sponsored by the Pirate Party of Germany. And was it? Did I miss something? Oh, yeah, I have Andrew. Just a second. I forgot Andrew Norton, sponsored by the Pirate Party of United Kingdom. Any others candidates sponsoring somebody?
The Dutch would like to present him as a board member, and where's Belgium? I'm sorry. I don't know where Belgium is, but Belgium and the Netherlands would like to propose him for a board member, and he can introduce himself.
We have you got more sponsors.
Hi. Just give a quick talk or to say my name.
No, just the name.
I'm Finlay Archibald from Pirate Party UK, and supported by the Netherlands and the Belgian sponsors.
Okay. Please, your name again. So we have Finlay Archibald and another one. You sponsored by from Pirate Party of Russia. Who is the? You are the delegate. You are sponsoring yourself. So, give it back to you. So we have 8 candidates. Okay. Surprise, surprise, we make an alphabetic order and vice versa. So, where is Yuri Almov to introduce himself? Is he here? He is not present in any remote, any video, nothing. Then. Yeah, okay. Second is Thomas Gaul. It's your party now.
So, and short again, I was standing here before for running for co-chairman, but hopefully I will be board member now. So hopefully that was enough. You know me, and just go ahead.
That was very short. Now we have Paul da Silva. Tight.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul da Silva, president of the French Pirate Party. I've been working a lot on the task force with WikiLeaks and the MENA countries with Thomas Gohl. We co-chaired it. I was vice coordinator. I've been working in France to improve the image of the French Pirate Party. We had a bad start and now has a very better image in the press and mainstream press included. What I really want to defend in the Pirate Party and in the Pirate Party International especially is fundamental rights. That is freedom of speech, that is freedom of access to information and to access the culture. Apart from that, the French Pirate Party initiated something that I would like to see taken back by the PPI, or at least helped by the PPI, that is ourdeclaration.net. That's a website where you can find the Declaration of Digital Rights we wrote and made translated into something like 8 languages, and it's been receiving new media coverage those last days, and it's very interesting since it takes back the Declaration of Human Rights and transposes it to digital rights. That's about it. So I'm running for board member, and thanks.
Thank you for your short introduction. Next is Fabrizio Do Canto. Fabrizio. Where is he? Is coming. He's coming. So it's your party, wherever you want. Maybe from this mic, because there's a camera. Maximum 5 minutes, please.
Thank you so much. So I asked Jerry to be so kind to put my application there. Just would like to go through it. The first thing is the sponsoring. I would like to thank Switzerland for the vote towards democracy, so that gives a chance for everybody to be there. And the second, I got from the internet now the support from Portugal as well. We could not put inside, so there are 2 countries that name it. Well, education, I have done business management, post-graduation in marketing. In the university, I started IESEC in Brazil in my local committee. I was local, national, after international active, doing some development leadership seminaries around and helping to create new committees. After that, I worked for Ogilvy Mather as a contact, and I landed in Germany for Bayersdorf as international product manager. Have done 5 patents. I sold my soul to the devil. I could buy it back and had some money left. After that, I started to travel 10 years. I work helping projects for different able children in India. Is everything in the internet you can see. With all this difference, what I would like to say, don't judge a book by its cover. This book can use different covers. I could have been here in a suite and present myself differently. It was a choice to come like this. To talk about professional skills, I hear a very beautiful sentence today. If everything is all what we have, it's a hammer, everything will look like a nail. So if you add different professional qualities in the PPI, we have different tools to attack, to use for our goals. And we want to get new members, also new voters. And I see the PPI as a great chance for it, for changing to a proper use of the internet. What I showed yesterday in the video, to not be mistaken, is a motivational message. There's a change in the media landscape that's favor for the Pirate Party. And we could use that to give people the more opportunity to freedom, to vote, to participate in their own issues. My goals, this is not the last one. Jerry, could you just reload, please? After the learnings from yesterday, I think we should be open for all the learnings that are coming. I'm not applying for a translation translation officer. I think the liquid democracy and the liquid feedback needs a plumber, a psychological plumber, so the structures can be changed. And this, I would like to apply for it, a plumber for the liquid democracy. To use the knowledge, transfer of knowledge from one election to the other. Talking about my work in Germany now, I'm applying as a direct candidate for PANCO, and I made a structure It's go up a little bit, just a half page up. That's this stop there. So I developed a framework for the communication strategy. It's first to know what's our mission, key factors of success, and how we tackle it. Is this A, B, C, D, E? It comes of SWOT analysis. Now we are working the creative briefing, and I'm getting marketing research agents to test our campaign, to test our flyers with non-pirates, to measure our efforts efficiently, to have a proper campaign to get more successful by the elections. And then you can have a transfer, a wisdom transfer between the countries. A psychographic chart like Sinus Melier will show which people will vote according to which advertising. The professionals do that. We could have this kind of knowledge and spread it to the countries for being more successful in the elections. Languages and motivation background, just going down, then it's a little bit, Jared, please. And comes the goal. What I'm saying there, I would like to direct my candidature to the position of plumber, to increase efficiency in communication to win over voters and supporters, and to unclog the feedback that might hold new ideas. We need a balance between people who have knowledge, but an openness for new ideas. That's a part of innovation management. Is something that we, in a change of the media landscape, need more and more openness for new ideas and people that can implement them themselves. So for that's what I stand for, and I'm glad to count for the support and for the work incoming. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next one will be Finlay. Archibald. Here, there he is. Come to is there a mic? And look into the camera. If this nice guy will go out of the picture, go down, please. There's a camera. Your 5 minutes, please.
Hi, I'm Finlay Archibald. I'm from Pirate Party UK, and I'd like to put myself forward for the board of PPI. And I'll try and keep this brief because I know we're kind of stuck for time. Also, you can talk to me afterwards in person. You might have noticed that I'm the only one here from Pirate Party UK, and that's part of the reason I want to put myself forward for the board. Within Pirate Party UK, I do notice there is a lack of really understanding what PPI is in the first place, and then there's some kind of ambivalence towards how helpful it actually is as an organisation. And obviously, I don't see it that way. I've actually come all the way out here. But I'll give you a few examples. During the WikiLeaks, the WikiLeaks sort of saga, I was helping with coordinating Pirate Party UK's response and trying to get in touch, trying to get on the IRC channel where the things were being discussed. We kind of ended up getting left out. Obviously, if I hadn't come here, PPUK would have been completely left out of this conference as well. I really want to make sure that this changes because I think PPUK needs to play a bigger role within PPI, needs to help out the other parties, the newer parties as well, as much as some of the great efforts that bigger parties, Germany and Sweden, and maybe not so much Sweden. But yeah, now what I want to do, my priorities in board is kind of facilitating the exchange of knowledge and helping, like I said, new parties starting out. This weekend has been a great opportunity to talk to people from all across the world. I've managed to talk to some guys starting Pirate Party Slovenia. Great exchange of ideas for what we can do. I think that merchandise is a big one as well. I'd like to kind of get that moving so that we can have new parties can buy merchandise collectively. And I think I'd like to kind of echo what Samir said when he was standing for the co-chairman. We need to get the I back in PPI. And I think the next conference should be, in Tunisia. Anyone else think that sounds like an awesome idea? Well, I only had 2.5 minutes. So, yeah. I think we've had some great ideas, and we just need to make sure that they get shared more. I've learned a few new things just over the weekend that I'm going to take back to Scotland and try out on the ground. These are great opportunities, but it's really unfortunate they only come around once a year. And I've also been talking with the idea of setting up a kind of newsletter. That's a really great way to help people discover new ideas as they arise. We really are all about sharing ideas, so to make that happen, we need to be... I see PPI as a support network. I don't see PPI as a political organisation. I know the previous questions about, what you cared about in policy-wise, and that's not where I see PPI as determining policy. We need to be supporting, especially the new parties, as they set up, making sure that they know they can get ideas for publicity materials or ideas for cool events they can do. Because I've seen some great ideas across Europe, but I only seem to get the chance to discover them when I come to meetings like this, and I'd love everyone to be able to have access to this and make it really easy. Feel free to... I'll be hanging about, so feel free to talk to me about some ideas while I'm about. Thanks.
Thank you. Keeping in time. He is a professional, of course. The next one is Boris.
Yeah, hi. I'm Boris. Maybe you know me from the mailing list as simply the troll. I see I'm well known. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a good thing, but yes. Okay, so my candidature for board member, it's basically about PPI taking a more administrative approach rather than a political one. We have or had it written in our statutes that we are not a political entity, and I want to uphold that, because you cannot, when even in Germany, where we have one party and everybody knows, okay, in 2 years we will have to stand the elections together. Even there we have the 16 regional organizations, and they constantly quarrel with one another about policy. And in the PPI it's even worse, because we have parties from completely different political systems, from completely different political fields. So we cannot just decide as the PPI that we make some policy statement. And in addition, the pirate parties themselves are hopefully democratically organized. So they have each a democratic supreme body, which is the only body that can decide on policy. And it's not the PPI. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to do a lot of administrative questions with the PPI. I want the PPI to be a sort of a back-end service provider for the national pirate parties, not the other way around. I have also been widely criticized for my view that the PPI does not need any own finances, because if we have some campaign to make, if we have some action to take, we can always ask for donations from the national pirate parties. An obligatory membership fee for the PPI, it's again the problem that you have very different organizations, including ones that cannot or do not for some reason make any income, make any money. So any idea of a membership fee, I consider it completely counterproductive. So what I will do, first 3 steps. First one is mailing lists. I will split them, because a lot of people like to troll on mailing lists. Many people think that that's what mailing lists are for, me included. But there are many people who just want to subscribe to a mailing list to know what's going on in the world of pirates. And if they get 200 mails a day with some kind of spam and trolling, they're not amused. So we have to split the mailing lists into the organizational part, the official part, and the general part where everybody can troll. The second thing is a relaunch of the website, because we have dozens of pirate parties, including pirate parties of really single cities, who have their own website on their own CMS. It cannot be that the main page of Pirate Parties International is still a wiki. I mean, wiki is good and great, but you have to make a professional appearance if you want to be an international organization. And a third thing is a common repository, because again, we have the problem that every pirate party has to make their own flyers, their own placards, anything. Although there are a lot of layouts, of templates, which are already there. So I want that all pirates share with each other, that all pirate parties share with each other, in the terms of anything related to elections, to press offerings.
Boris, the last sentence, please.
Okay. Yeah.
So, thank you. Next one is Alexander Blagojnovic. Sorry.
Alexander Blagojevic. Okay, first I want to thank to my sponsors and for support internationally. And I would like to point out some strategic stuff with the pirate movement. The fact that we are living in the so fast changing times makes me think, and I'm pretty sure of it, that we cannot define the outcome of this so-called fight with the pro-copyright lobby and vendor-locking cartels. So I would like to do strategic stuff in PPI by defining the form of the fight. I would like to introduce the hacking politics and push that concept internationally and locally. The reason I want to do that is to strongly avoid any form even of formulating the word of destruction or destruction of intellectual property, because I think that every system can be hacked and can be improved. That's the reason why I'm here. When 2 years ago I was sticking with myself and finding the way how to solve the situation in my country, and we went through a lot of wars and destruction, and we were running in one circle, not doing any productive stuff, and the mechanical demonstrations and useful projects are made, and but in the same time, all that we needed is awareness of the continuum and awareness of the installation and as such. I think that this capitalistic installation is not that bad for us, because we have a perfect installation that came out that reached every single person in the planet. So we can subvert that perfect installation we have to promote our open and wiki and open source stuff. I see this as a incredible opportunity, and my point of this speech is that we should think about every single strategic stuff, and I would not call it the fight. I would not call our work fight or destruction of copyright. I would call it hacking the system and upgrading the system. I think that the basic strategic plan is what will define us when we exploit everything later. So the tiny little bits in the start, the seeds of our idea have to be polished properly. And basically, I would like to do that in PPI. Thanks.
Thank you, Alexander. Last one is Andrew Norton. Is Andrew here? No? Any messages from Andrew? And anything from the outer space? Nothing. Okay. Then closing the first round. Now, second, the grill party. Every candidate, please, in front of this table here for questions and answers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5. Six. Okay, questions to the candidates. That makes it easy. No questions to the candidates? Go to the... we have a mic here. Boris, we have a mic here. And then they can see you in the...
Yeah, so the question is from me to Alexander. You have been elected at the last conference. That I would suppose that means that you wanted a board membership. The problem is that after you were elected, you never once showed up at any board meetings, at anything. Now, I was very surprised to discover your candidature because I thought, okay, you may give up. It's okay to step down, but now you have done exactly nothing for 10 months, and now you're trying to candidate again. So please tell us why we should believe you that you will do more than nothing in the next 12 months.
I will for sure do more than nothing, and I like to compete, and that's the simple reasons. But why I candidate is place my candidature is because of the I cannot stay silent because of my ideas, and I want to promote as such. I want to push because, and I have a remark about my inactivity. I was inactive officially, and unofficially I was active. Who knows, who don't know, they don't know, that's okay. There's transparency, everyone can find out, and that's basically it. Okay.
Don't discuss it on a two-way basis now, and there's one
question for all candidates. So what do you intend to do, like practical, for the PPI? How do you want to work, or what field are you gonna address, or something like that?
Okay, short answer.
Okay, I will start with the microphone. My practical work would be personal and global networking, and practically talking about the ideas and formulations in statutes, in marketing stuff, and a whole presence in internet, both on internet, on the real life, and try to suggest that core idea I was just talking about. That's my plan.
Okay, I have already formulated my 3 points with which I intend to start, and hope that at least 3 points will be implemented till the next election. It is a splitting of the mailing list, a refurbishment of the website, and a creating of a repository for press materials for all pirate parties. Thanks.
So I will carry on my work, what I've done before. That especially means coordinating the WikiLeaks activities, for once. Secondly, our work we've started for the MENA countries. So on that behalf, I will be in contact with other pirate pods too, so intercommunication in a way.
So there is two things. The first I would do, I'm working now for Panko, and the system that I offer there for the elections was suggested to Berlin. Berlin is taking over. We are preparing elections for September through a systematic way, developing communication material. We will test this material, my idea is to share with other countries, try to learn which countries are evaluating their communication material and have an exchange, efficiency on the communication. That's a network that I would like to foster, to develop new communication, test them with pirates and in non-pirates, and bring knowledge about it. That's the first part. After the election, fundraising. I would engage in personally with contacts. We need a foundation, an IFAO, something that's not political to raise a big part of money to foster our teams. Like the Green Party has the Böll Stiftung in Germany. They get money, can foster their issues. We could foster our issues also. That would be the second part that I would engage myself.
As Thomas to practical things, I'll keep doing what I'm actually doing, and what I could add is have an official position would give more credit to any position taken, as I've seen in France, being the president there. That's about it.
Okay, so practical issues. We're all pirates because we like sharing. So sharing ideas, what works and what doesn't. We've had some great ideas that I've heard today, and I'd like to be able to share ideas for events. Want to set up mentioned online repositories for campaign materials as well, and looking at in the big picture of developing the pirate brand, but so that new parties could look and be able to make a flyer very quickly using what's online. The other issue is I want to be able to share physical items as well, like flags and banners and things. I want to be able to set up, or at least work with other board members and the rest of the whole of PPI in general and parties to set up some kind of central company to help pirate parties that can't make merchandise independently because it's either too expensive or they don't have enough demand to be able to do it, to collaborate so we can actually get enough merchandise out there that pirates can afford to buy for their parties. I'd also like to see more the kind of, I did say it's not a political organization, so they shouldn't have any role in forming policies, but where we do agree, I think we can use PPI to collaborate on action, as we've seen with WikiLeaks, and I'll be presenting a motion on Bradley Manning later today. These kind of things I'd like to see more of, because it really helps us in individual parties and nationally with the media if it's an international response. Obviously it's up to the pirate party, each individual pirate party, if they want to be in on that, but PPI should be it's a really important role that it can facilitate that collaboration, because WikiLeaks has been really great for us in the UK. We've had our leads on CNN and Al Jazeera and the BBC, and I'm sure other parties are in the same position, all because we can actually do things like have an international response, a consistent international response. So, yeah, thanks.
Thank you for your statements. Nobody, do you want something to say? The question from the outer space. Huh?
Yes, I have a question from Mike from Pirate Party of Canada, addressed to Boris. So I'm reading out. Boris, seeing you already have a reputation and hearing at least one story about you, will you take your job seriously? Can we trust you to hold the job without making a mockery of the position or by using vodka as a prop?
I'll abstain myself on the voice again about the vodka. It is a difficult question. However, I can assure everybody that I will take my job seriously. I have been managing the translation task force of the PPI since September, and it's one of the few task forces that really does its work. And when there were issues that needed to be translated fast, like the Tunisia crisis or the WikiLeaks thing, we did act. So yes, I will definitely take my job seriously. That will not prevent me from offering my private, personal opinion on mailing lists, trolling. But as an official elected member, I know that I represent the PPI. I know that if I am to be elected, I have the trust of the PPI, and I will not disappoint this trust. Thanks.
So, thank you for your statements. Any other questions from the outer space? So, last one, please.
Yeah.
Short question,
Yeah.
short answers, please.
Yeah. The question is, name 2 names that you want to be with in the board from the other candidates. And the other question is, if you are willing to help run the PPI, if not elected to the board.
Okay, I'm closest to the microphone, so I'll start first. Yes, to the second question, obviously I will continue to help the PPI. I will continue running the translation task force. It will even be somewhat easier if I don't have a board job additionally. And to the first question, well, I'm looking forward to working together with Pat Machler and Lola.
Yeah.
So you mean from the other board members? No, not. Okay, then I would definitely support Thomas Gall and Paul da Silva.
Okay, I would be most comfortable working with Paul and Fabrizio, and if I don't get elected, I will sure work on that idea I just told.
Well, to be honest, I have 2 people on the board I'd like to work with. For once, Boris, because it's, well, we are not the same opinion. We've had some discussion in the past, and I think that's quite good. And on the other hand, Paul, because I worked together with him for quite a while now, and I know we have done quite a good constructive work in the background, and I would like to carry on that work on the board too.
Well, for the first question, I don't think it's very important because you should choose not us with whom I'm working. I'm offering the work to the PPI, so I refrain from that. I like personally some of them, but that's not the matter. What I will do, I'm working for the German elections in Berlin in September. And this knowledge I'm trying to get from Brazil and from other countries, what they learn. And anyway, whatever we do in Berlin, I will offer further. The second part, I was talking to Ricky about fundraising. I have a contact with the former CEO from Xerox, and I would be engaged to get fundraising for PPI. For that, we need a foundation. That's something that I'm working together.
Who to work with? Jerry? Is that... Sorry. Well, Thomas, Boris, and yes.
Okay, who I'd like to work with is the one person that I've really worked with before and really know is the one person that's not here, Andrew Norton, who is standing for the board, in case anyone's forgotten. He's obviously ran PPI before. He couldn't make it here because he's in the States, but I've worked with Andrew Norton before, and yeah, he's a really... I could really work with him. Unfortunately, I haven't had the pleasure of working with anyone else here today, but I'm sure that whoever is elected, we can get on, because we're all pirates. We all have the same goals. We're all passionate about what we believe in, and that's what matters. You know, not any kind of petty disagreements. That looking at the big picture, we can really make a difference. What was the second question? Sorry. Oh, yeah, okay, of course, yeah. I really want to make sure that either way, that PPUK takes a bigger role in PPI, because I think we've been kind of a bit sort of. I mean, Will Tovey does a lot of work, but apart from him, there's not much going on from PPUK. So they like to make sure that we put more effort into that, and yeah. So whatever way that the election goes, I'll be doing that. Thanks.
Thank you to visit our grill party. Now I'm closing the question and answer round, and we're going to make elections. I think we have all printed out. Yeah. Okay, fine. And first a word, don't spread again. We have to make more work a little bit quicker. And we have a timetable, agenda from today for today. We have another elections for the court, and we have motions and so on. So please stay here.
Okay.
And we're starting the election now.
Okay, we start again. 10 minutes. The ballots are here, and have fun.
Okay, everybody. The open space is also continuing at 2 o'clock. And in the meantime, we have the board with all the documentation. And we now have a round where we basically have the chance to make additions, ideas, comments to all the issues that have been put forward and that the people have put a lot of work on in the last 1.5 days. So, on the board you will find this paper. It's empty. And there are also pens. So if you read again through the documentation, and we'll need that, at 2 o'clock we'll begin with the action planning for the project that should raise from these issues. So please reread the documentation. Have a look if you have any additions, if you have ideas, comments, or questions concerning the issue, then please write it down on the discussion board, and we'll meet back at 2 o'clock and continue the open space.
Okay, thanks. I need Daniel Flaxer. Where's Daniel? Okay. Can you come from?
The Czech Republic and Spain has not yet their ballots.
Könnte bitte die deutsche Delegation einmal zur Versammlungsleitung kommen, bitte.
Is Spain still here?
So, last 5 minutes for election. We closing the election in 13:39. It's 1 minute and some seconds from now. First of all, the elections are closed now.
Yeah, one vote is still missing. Please bring it. Okay, but there is still one missing. There are.
It's okay. If it's closed, it's closed. Okay, just one quick note, as we are not going to finish here for a few minutes. Everyone who's interested in the press conference, or journalists, or people who want to follow the press conference, it will take place in the room right next to the organization room, which is called Lisbon. You see the seats, the chairs through the window. You have to go around the room to get in. It's up there, and it starts at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Okay, I need some delegates here for decisions. It's not very nice that they stay outside. Please call the delegates in.
Die Regelung halte ich ja schon mal für gesetzwidrig. Ich habe mir die jetzt mal durchgelesen hier. Also, da steht tatsächlich drin, jeder kann einen Richter aus Befangenheit anrufen, aber dann steht da auch, das Gericht hat dann darüber zu entscheiden. So, das ist bei jedem anderen Gerichtsverfahren auch, dass das Gericht dann darüber entscheidet, okay, gehen wir dem Befangenheitsantrag statt oder nicht. So, dann
So I need the delegates here for some decisions. Please come in. I know you're nervous about the results, but they have to count. It costs some time anyway. We have. I studied your statutes, and we have some positions. We have to talk about it, and we have to elect a court, and we have to talk about how many have to be elected in a court. So first. We have other positions maybe created by the board, but we have to discuss it, I think. Aprofis? There was one position we have to elect or to So in this case you have to take over. Maybe Aprofis or Sven?
So we have first the lay auditors. This is basically the organ which is checking the finance. Has 3 seats, and we have to elect them all. So we need at least 3 candidates. and you need a supporter of a pirate party. So the first thing would be now we search candidates.
Hello, I have a proposal. At last conference we elected the lay auditors in a way that, in a consensus, that everybody who volunteered basically became the auditor. And I don't think that we should waste so much time by
that's what
auditors.
was my proposal, to make it by raise your cards, and even counting the votes from the outer space.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So then you call for candidates. We need 3. Who volunteers? You. Denmark. Who else? Layout auditors.
I propose Sylvan Gappert from the Swiss Party as on behalf of the Pirate Party of Germany.
Pardon me? You?
No, I propose Sylvan Gappert from the Swiss Pirate Party.
I'm an old man. Please
Never mind.
speak slowly the name, or come here to that I can print it out.
Sylvan Gappert.
Sylvan Gappert, thank you. If you go tight to the microphone, it's better. So, third, please. We need a third. Okay. We staying until midnight. I don't care. We need a third.
The Czech Pirate Party would like to propose Jürgen from Pirate Party Belgium to be. No, he doesn't want to.
Who?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't want.
Okay.
To candidate.
So next one. Next proposal, please.
I volunteer in between time.
No, yeah, we talking. Don't talk about any results until we have a third person. Okay, volunteers, please. That's not nice.
Okay, so we propose Mikuláš Ferenčík.
So
Czech Pirate Party sponsor.
Czech Pirate Party sponsoring Jakub?
No, me.
You?
Mikuláš, me. Yeah.
Aha, and you? Your name is? Okay.
I wish to candidate another one.
Okay. Ach du je. So we have Mikuláš Ferenčík, or so, like something like this. I'm not mother tongue Czech, and this nice guy from Denmark will write his name on this piece of paper, please. Yeah.
Okay, so
just a second.
So we withdraw our candidate, Mikuláš Ferenčík. So now we have 3 candidates.
Yeah, I want to candidate another person.
So we have already 3 candidates.
Oh.
Sylvan Gappert, it's Mikuláš, and
no, I withdrew the candidature.
And this is Ole Husgaard.
Of Mikuláš.
Oh, that I can understand. Yeah.
Alessandra Minoni. Lilo.
So you withdraw, and who is it now? No more Mikuláš, and now is it
Lilo.
Lilo?
Pirate Party of Italy.
Come to me, please. I have to write it down for the protocol, okay?
I interrupt shortly to announce our preliminary result. The winners are Finlay, Paul, and Thomas. Congratulations.
So, first we have three: Ole Husgaard, Silvan Gebhardt, and Alexandra Lilo. Very nice. So, and then Apophis wants to give us the results, or what? Or Sven?
We already gave the results.
Fine.
Again, Archibald Finlay, Da Silva Paul, and Gaul Thomas.
And you mean Fabrizio, the Canto? Sven? It was a little bit... Paul da Silva. The third is Paul da Silva. Is that right, Sven? Yeah. Okay, fine. So I count. We have a decision: Paul da Silva, Thomas Gaul, and Finlay Archibald. Is that right? Fine. Okay. First of all, Paul. Yes or no, or I will.
I most definitely will.
Fine, congratulations. Thomas? Yes or no, I will?
Yes.
And Finlay?
Yes, and thank you.
So, congratulations to all three. We have a complete board. Congratulations, guys and ladies. And now we make an election by your voting cards for the layout. No, we have only three. Is Ole Husgaard, Silvan Gebhardt, Alexandra Lilo. Please raise your cards for all three. Say yes or no. To the three people for the layout. Okay. So we count 14. Put your cards down and against. Nobody for nothing. Anybody? So it's you are elected. Do you take the job? Okay. Silvan and Alexandra takes the job, yes or no? I have to hear it. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, fine.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, next thing is your court election. As I studied your new statute from yesterday, you have in Article 7, the Court of Arbitration shall have between 3 and 7 members. So, at first we have to decide how many. 3 up to 7. Proposals, please.
I propose for the Czech Republic 3 members.
The proposal from Czech is
3 members.
3 members.
3 members.
Okay. Other proposals? Your party will, okay. So, first of all, I have only one proposal, 3 people. Is that right? Okay. Anybody of anything from the outer space? Any comments? No. Okay. Then please vote for that you will have a court for with 3 people. Raise your card. Or not? I need assistance. Yeah, that's quite much. Against? For nothing? Okay, then it's 3 people. So we need candidates. Please, the sponsors have to nominate candidates for the court. So it's quite.
I propose Party Luxembourg proposes Sven Clement.
Who?
Sven Clement.
Ah, Sven. Next proposal.
Pirate Party Belgium is proposing Jürgen Rato. Jürgen Rato.
Go tight to the microphone.
Pirate Party Belgium is proposing Jürgen Rato.
Yuri?
Jürgen Rato. Oh,
Hey, come here. So it's Jürgen Rattau. Next proposal, please.
Pirate Party of Austria is proposing Stefan Reinova.
Called Ranova, right? Then come to me or you. I don't know you all. Ah, okay. Thank you. So, next proposal, please.
Yeah, Pirate Party Switzerland proposes Pascal Grohr and Thomas Fruderer.
De Gloire. So, we have another proposals?
The Pirate Party of Italy propose Marco Gonfalonieri.
And unfortunately, I have it to write down exactly because it's official. So I need the exactly spelling. That's the problem. What? Okay.
And Pirate Party of France proposes Maxime Roquet.
Okay, thanks. Ah, Kapin. Also, Roquet. R-O-U. Ah, R-O-U. Thank you. So. So we have 7 proposals.
So we propose to make the court a little bit larger, at least 5 or 7 persons.
Okay. We have, first of all, we decided to have 3.
Yeah, but we
maybe
didn't expect
you can withdraw this decision, and we can we can make a no decision about
because we didn't expect to see.
Okay. First of all, I have to call for the decision to make a new we have 7 candidates. We have in motion that we make a new decision how many people should be in the court. So first, you have to decide to withdraw this old decision that we make a new decision. If you are for a new decision, please raise your cards. So I need help.
10, 11,
12. Okay, it's enough. I think it's two more than 2/3. So that then we make the next decision. How many proposals, please? How many now? We have 7 candidates. We have 7 candidates, and now I need a proposal more than 3. You have the opportunity for 5 or 7.
The Pirate Party Luxembourg proposes to vote for 7 candidates.
So that's a good idea. 7. So another proposals. Another proposals.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we propose 5. Pirate Party Switzerland.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is nice with you. And then we decide who is for 7. Raise your cards, please. Who is for 7? Raise your cards, please. Please count.
9 votes.
9 votes, and from the outer space? For 7, please. For 7, we wait for the outer space. 1 vote for the outer space of the outer space, and here are 9. It's together 10. 10 for 7 people. Now next, who is for 5 people? That's only 4. So you have a 5. Wait, 3 from the remote. That's together 9. 6. 6 in total, and the other it was 10. So we have 16 votes, right? So we have a court of 7. That's an easy question. So, in case that we have 7 people, yes, I know, and we have 7 candidates, we can make an election by your votes. So, Sven.
I propose exactly that.
Yeah.
For Pirate Party Luxembourg, of course.
Okay. And you are only an assistant as a voting manager, election manager, so it's possible that you are a candidate. Will it make it clear? Because Apophis is a leader. You are a leader of elections, and so it's okay if he is a candidate. I stated clear for the next court problems. So, then in this case, you will make the election now. Okay, right. Yeah, I know your nicknames only. That's the problem. Eh? Okay, he is also a candidate. So we need something from my assistant, for my personal assistant, to control me. Who can do this? Who can do this for the moment? Hello. Who can do this for the moment? Come here. I can't make a election alone. So, please raise your cards for the 7 candidates. Or was this a motion or something?
No, I only would like to propose Arturo Martinez to the court.
But we have 7 candidates and we have 7 people in the court. I understand it right or not?
Yeah, I would like Spanish party would like to propose another candidate.
Ah, okay. So we cannot make it by raising your cards. We have to.
Sorry,
I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay. We do not close the candidate lists. So, okay, from the outer space. So, and the Pirate Party of Spain will nominate who?
Arturo Martínez.
Spanish is so easy, so I can write it down. So we have 8.
Thanks.
Just a proposal from my side. If does any candidate will resign? Okay. Just time out. So, first of all, I close the list of candidates now. That's for sure. Will any candidate resign? No. Or what? Go to the microphone. We have visitors.
As we have 2 Swiss candidates, maybe one could withdraw.
You have to decide it by your own. I won't press you. We have time for votings.
Huh? No. We have discussed that just a minute ago, and we will not resign for the reason that we would like to have a real election.
Okay. I don't care. So it's your work. You have to count the names. Yeah, I know whether I'm writing down. So we have another problem. We need 2 guys for the voting, for the election. We need another guy for the election. We can't make it with only one. Please, another one for controlling the election. You? Okay. Your name?
Odd.
So, to clear it for the outer space, we have a new election team with Hellboy and Dennis Simone. They will make that election now. We get printouts in a minute, so it's no problem. If you stay here, we can go for the motions and the other things in the minutes of today. So we have to count, or we have to call for a motion for the annual fees. Shh. We have to call for a motion for the annual fees, and I have another written motion here.
Yes. So as far as the annual fees are concerned, the Pirate Party of the Czech Republic puts forward the motion that the fees are voluntary. The membership fees are voluntary.
So we have the first proposal from Czech Republic that the annual fees are voluntary from 1 to 1 million. Any other proposals?
0 to infinity.
Yeah, infinity is very good. Okay, so other proposals? Nothing. Then raise your cards for that proposal. Raise your cards for that proposal. You have to look, raise your cards for that proposal. And Gary looks outside. Yeah, the annual fees are voluntary. Everybody's spending what he wants to. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are 10. Hello? So, I have to speak louder because we have no power more. So, 10. Put it down. Any remarks from the outer space? 4 yes, that's 14. Against. Raise your card for against. For nothing. So it's voluntary for the future. Then I have a written motion. You're looking very seriously. Okay, we make it we have two motions which are, I think, eigentlich the same contents. I have the first motion from Czech Republic by Jakub. This General Assembly has resolved as follows. Shh. It's your money, ladies and gentlemen. It's your money, not mine. The General Assembly has resolved as follows. First, the bank accounts of the Pirate Parties International and its headquarters shall be transparent for the public. The transparency includes the display of the details of all financial transactions. Second, this resolution shall be specified and executed by the board in no more than 3 months from the day when the resolution takes effect. Third, this resolution is binding and takes effect upon publication. So, at first, my remark to this, you can display the details of all financial transactions, but not with personal identification marks on something else, because we have something called data prevention system and so on. Second, This was the first motion. The second motion is from Austria. To avoid, that's not really lay a audit review. To avoid this in the future, we would like to propose the following: the board shall get copies of all financial transaction and books, including all paperwork, at least once a month. This way, we have a backup in case a treasurer goes missing or is unable to fulfill his role for a similar reason. The lay auditors shall also get copies of the financial books at least 4 times per year. A financial overview has to be published in the wiki or similar by the treasurer, so everybody interested can follow PPI's financial solution. So first of all, I have to decide which motion is more than the other one. And I think that the second motion is including the first motion a little bit. Yes, go to the microphone.
Can I make a short announcement before that, because you get in discussion?
Yeah.
So there might be people who are not interested to follow all the motions and are not voting. We separated the room with the wall, and on the other side of the room, behind the wall, we are continuing to do the open space work, and we'll speak about all the rounds we had yesterday in the results papers, and do networking and try to set up and kick off projects to follow up on that what we did yesterday. So in case you're not interested to follow here, the open space in continuing on behind the wall. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good idea, Gregory. So we can prepare both. So next remark.
Technically, I would say it's 2 different motions. Our motion is just the transfer from the recommendation of the lay people checking the finances into a regulation which is different from the check motion.
Yeah, I know, but I have to decide for what we vote first. So, next.
The Pirate Party of Italy proposed an amendment to give the possibility to the physical person to hide the name for privacy. Is it okay?
Okay. You have to hide the names anyway. It's illegal otherwise.
Okay.
Okay. So this was my first remark.
No,
Next.
I would like to say very clearly that the Czech Pirate Party has had transparent account for 2 years from the beginning, and there were absolutely the Czech Republic has implemented the European directive, and there were absolutely no problems with the authority that is supposed to guard the protection of private data. So there has to be rules set for the transparent account, which can give the possibility of the person to hide certain data.
Yeah.
But it's not illegal. Just if you set rules for the account, everybody who gives money to that account can instance.
I understand your point of view. That was just my opinion to say you have to watch about it. You have to decide it anyway. I'm not.
Yes,
not
this that is which is contained in the second paragraph, that it will be specified by the board.
Okay. So next.
I have a motion from Pirate Party of Canada, so I want to put Mike through, and he will tell us.
Okay, fine. But he should speak slowly, please.
Okay, Mike. So remember to turn down the stream and speak clearly so we can hear you.
Yes, I do have a protest on behalf of Pirate Party of Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, and that is that these motions really should be statutes and are not really supposed to be in this portion.
So what Mike was saying, that I'm just summarizing for those who didn't hear. He thinks that these motions should be statute amendments and not motions by the General Assembly. So do you have a motion, so something that the General Assembly should vote on? Or was that just a comment?
It was a comment.
I understand that it was a comment, and I would suggest if there is a motion from the outer space, they should then send you an email that we can read it, and when we can save it for the future. It's very difficult to get a motion via microphone, something else.
Mr. Chairman, that's a little bit. I'll see what I can do here. So it's a bit too slow for us. That's the thing. We're having a hard time keeping in pace with you right now.
So I give you a chance for the email. It's quite easy. We will wait for. And how many did you print it out all? Okay, fine. Next. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Just a technical remark to Canada Statute Amendment proposal number 4, giving the General Assembly the power to decide on regulations, for example, for the board, the treasurer, and so on, has been adopted yesterday. So we can make a regulation for the board.
Okay. Next one, please.
You just took away my word.
Okay, fine. So, as I see, we have this both motions, and we wait for maybe from an email, and we can first start the election of the court. Gents, are you ready? Are they ready for the elections? Okay, they are ready. Put the you have 22 sheets. How many sheets they have? Pardon me? Profis. How many sheets they have? How many sheets that you have? I know it's 21. So you have to give only 16. Only have. Please watch. Only 16. And the election starts now. So 10 minutes from now, it's 2:23.
Ich hol's schnell.
The Russian delegation is missed. 5 minutes warning. Nice. Yeah, it's okay. It's 28, it's correct.
Test.
So 60 seconds. How many we have? Yep. How many we have? 16. We have to wait for the outer space now.
The remote ones are just send it in. And Russia has the other ones are blank. Yep. And Russia didn't want
I just have to say one thing according to the remote delegates. So they are they are complaining that there wasn't any presentation of the candidates, and they want to point out that it's very difficult to decide on that if you don't know the persons.
Okay. Complaint
There
is
was
accepted.
That
Complaint
was
is
a comment / complaint,
okay.
not a motion.
Complaint is accepted. I forgot it, of course, but it was no. Well, there was no body who wants to ask something. Was nobody on the microphone. So election is closed. We going forward to the motions. I think maybe you have the same opinion. I think that the motion from Austria is the thing with most contents. So we have to discuss this first. Is there anybody who wants to discuss the motion from Austria again? Any comments from the outer space? No. So then we have to vote for that. I repeat it again. The board shall get copies of all financial transactions and books, including all paperwork, at least once a month. This way we have a backup in case a treasurer goes missing or is unable to fulfill his role for a similar reason. Second, the lay auditors shall also get copies of the financial books at least 4 times per year. Third, a financial overview has to be published in the wiki or similar by the treasurer, so everybody interested can follow PPI's financial solution. So, please raise your cards if you want to accept this motion. Oh. 1, 2. I'm counting 9 in the outer space. Yep. So we count 10 to abstains. How many we have accredited? Yes, yet now. You have a rule. Maybe I have to repeat it. Just a second. Two-thirds majority, that's what I have in my mind. But it's not, it's just for amendments and admission of new members. Okay. So it's okay, then the motion is accepted. Next motion, which goes to the third of the first motion is from Czech. The General Assembly has resolved as follows. The bank accounts of the Pirate Party Parties International and its headquarters shall be transparent for the public. The transparency includes display of the details of all financial transactions. Second, the resolution shall be specified and executed by the board in no more than 3 months from the day when this resolution takes effect. Third, this resolution is binding and takes effect upon publication. We made remarks for the data protection, and is there anybody who wants to comment that again?
Sorry, I would like to propose that we wait for the co-presidents to say what they have, what is their opinion about this motion, because I think that this motion is quite far-reaching. It has decisions, and we should wait for the board to say its opinion to this motion.
Okay, we can do so, and in this case, somebody has to call in the board. Fine.
There's a counter motion for the motion proposed by the Czech Republic from Australia. So it reads that the information only be released to the members of PPI and not the public at large.
But in this case, they have to say no for that. Okay, we can make a third motion of that, but I have it in a written form, please. They should send us an email, or you put it on the board here with a beamer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to write it.
Okay, first we have a result.
Okay, wait. Hello? Yeah, okay, we have the arbitrary card. In the card are Clemo Sven, Contalonieri Marco, Gloria Pascal, Martinez Arturo, Rato Jürgen, Hainova Stefan und Huke Maxim.
So you have to call him, because I have not recognized the names. You have to call them whether they accept or not.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Acceptance: Clemo, Contalonieri, Glor, Martinez, Rato, Hainova, and Huke. Okay.
So congratulations to the court. Hopefully you will work good together. And in some seconds I get the third motion. Fine. Hello. You know about that motion of Czech Republic, so they want you to ask about that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and what is the question?
The question is, or the motion is, that the bank accounts of the Pirate Parties International and its headquarters shall be transparent for the public. The transparency includes the display of the details of all financial transactions. So it binds you, and I want to hear your opinion.
I support that fully.
You support that fully. Okay, fine. Then its question is clear. And the answer too. So, we have. Oh yeah.
Hello. Hello. Let's sing a song.
So, the third motion is. That was away. Fine. The third motion is regarding the motion of transparency of party accounts. The information must only be released to the PPI members and not to the public.
That's from Pirate Party Canada. I'm sorry, from Pirate Party Australia.
Pirate Party Australia. So we have two alternatives. Public or non-public, I would say, and so it makes easy to vote. So,
can I add something?
Yeah, and
I do support the idea about transparency, but disclosing how will this be done? I mean, with that, ID theft and bank account thefts are not that uncommon today on the internet. So. How will this be implemented? As I understand the motion today, now, well, every single detail will be disclosed fully on the internet. My protection in that, where can I find it?
Okay, fine. Any other comments?
Yes, I would like to show you what it would like in practice. So we will load the web page of the bank account of the Czech Pirate Party, which has been in operation for 2 years, and there was really nobody who complained about that, and you will see it.
Okay, we will wait for.
So this is what it looks like, and you can use the part on the left to use for different variable symbols, such as for campaigns. So everybody who donates money for campaigning, and I think that it can happen that PPI will coordinate some campaign. They can see exactly when the payment has arrived, and they also see what the payment was used for. And there's option for people not to disclose their identity on the web page. So this is also taken care for.
So your system allows to hide personal information if the person won't get public or get published.
Yes, there is a special form for that.
Okay, that's important to know, and the alternative is very clear.
Then I propose we add it to the motion explicitly, like that the private protection of an individual is guaranteed.
Okay. In this case,
I think that it should be that the default will be that it will be displayed, and if somebody wants to donate money and they want to hide their identity, this will be possible.
Okay, I translated in opt-in, opt-out. So you have to make it clear for the people here whether you want it that it is official, that it's transparent by default or not. That's the main thing.
Slovenia proposes counter motion. It's anonymous by default, and you can show it if you want.
Okay, that's what I say. The problem is I can do nothing with the motion. You have to do this. Check.
Well, I'd like to cite Kristin Hrafnsson, who is a spokesperson of WikiLeaks, who said, democracy without transparency is no democracy. It's just an empty word. And what we are trying to do is to open us to the public to see how we are financed, where our money come from. And we want to do that because we want to show the public that this is the right direction, that also all the political parties should do that to be clear how they are financed. So this is the motivation, I would say.
Okay, this we did understand very clearly. So you won't change anything of your motion, Jakob. It's you wouldn't change anything.
No, I think that what I said and
okay.
The example that I showed you here is.
But I can't change, and you have to. And if you
yes,
if you're not, is it very clear?
Yes,
we have 2 points of view.
Yes, I think it's clear, and here I showed you what it means. Thank
okay, that's very clear. We have 2 alternatives, so we can on one hand side we can vote for the motion of Czech Republic, and the other is the motion from Australia. So, raise your card for the motion of Czech Republic. Now I need help. And from the outer space. So it's 14. Who's for the motion of Australia? Don't vote twice. Is there anybody for the motion of Australia? We have to wait for the outer space. Okay, we have only one substantial, and that's it, I think. So, congratulations to Czech Republic. Your motion is accepted. Now you have transparent finances.
I'd like to thank the General Assembly for the commitment to the transparency. It's an important step forward. Thank you very much.
So, any other motions? Then I close the voting board, block 3, board elections, annual fee, and other motions. So, we say in German we have that Verschiedenes. Is there any point, any comment, anything else before I close this? No. So, in fact, I close now this party here. I'm sorry for my poor English, but I'm not trained for this day. I heard about 10 minutes before that I should guide you through this party. And I hope that you have a good daytime. Now we have an open space thing outside here. And we have a press conference. We have photos for the new board. And we are waiting for the closing keynote by Rick Volkwinger. I say thank you and goodbye for the moment.